Hello, welcome back. This is now issue 31 of Build the Classic Routemaster. Okay, so sorry it's going to be late. You're probably watching this gone 6 o'clock today. I'm literally filming it today. So in this issue it looks like we've got some wheel arches. I had a massive box come, and oh, actually, excuse me for 2 seconds. I almost forgot. With this delivery, I got the little model bus, and that is absolutely fantastic. There's the back, and then you've got the front there. Absolutely stunning. So that'll go nicely on the shelf somewhere. I need to find some room for it, so I will find somewhere for that a little bit later on. So, without further ado, let's go down, we'll check off the parts, and then we'll get this issue built. Okay, so, I'm going to open the bag, which is already sort of split open anyway from the box. Okay. I shall open up this side, which I might have to cut down there. There we go. Wow, and what can I say? Actually seeing these in the flesh, they're just so much bigger than you can appreciate on camera. I mean, obviously I built this issue with Paint with Penny as a co-host, and they didn't look quite as big as they do here in the flesh, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so 31A, we've got left rear wheel arch, so I'm gonna have to take these both out so I can see which one is what. Okay, so that is the left rear, and I know that because of this indentation just here. And also it says L just there. I don't think the camera will pick that up. There, it just says L there. Okay, so yeah, that's they're really heavy as well. Obviously that's the right side. 31C is the left mud flap, and it's got L written, etched in the top there. And then obviously this is the right hand side. Okay, that also says L, but they're a mirror image, so I don't think that's going to make any odds at all. They're identical. So we've got left and right, and then we've also got some GM screws, and we've got some PM screws there. So I'm just going to put those in. If I can open the bag. They've got quite difficult to open now. So PM and GM. There we go. Okay, so we're all sorted. I'm just going to check I've got the right screwdriver bit already in here, which I do. for both screws, so that is good. Okay, so first step, we're going to be attaching the mud flap. So we're going to take the left mud flap, which is this one, and the left rear wheel arch, obviously, which is this one, and we're just going to line that up. You've got 3 holes there, 1, 2, 3, and then you've got the 3 holes there in the flap, and we're just going to line them up, and they're going to go in with PM screws. So I'm just going to line up that first hole and carefully try and secure that in. Okay, that has started to go in, so I'm happy, and I'm just going to leave that loose for the moment, and then I'm going to go back. I'll go back to that afterwards once we've got the other ones in. Just be really careful that you don't force it through, because you don't want to scratch anything. So I'm just going to get the other side in. That's gone in beautifully. And then I'm just going to finish off with the last one in the middle. Okay, and then I'm just going to tighten those up, not too much, because obviously we're screwing into metal through what feels like rubber. Okay, and I'm happy with that. So they're all secured, and that is the mud flap in place. Okay, that being done, we're going to then move on to the other side. Again, we've got this cutout here. So the cutout on this, on the mud flap, is going to go towards the outside edge. Now I have noticed where this is the left one, I've still got L written, and there's no other way around it, but I don't think that's going to be seen, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm sure that gets hidden. So again, same principle, we're just going to use the PM screws to carefully screw that in. So that's one in. Again, I'm going to go to the other end. And then the last screw in the middle. And then I'm just going to go round, go along, tighten those all up. That's that one, and that one. Okay, and I'm happy with that. So that is that mud flap now installed. Okay, so now this is the fun bit, and we're going to attach this to the actual chassis itself. So let me just pop those up there, and then we'll grab the actual chassis carefully. Okay, and obviously we're going to be working on the back. So let's start with this one, which is the right hand side. So as you do this, the mud flap will obviously be towards the rear. So what it's asking us to do is just pop this over. You've got 4 holes. There's one there, 3 and 4. And obviously this cutout here is designed to fit around this circular part here. So we're going to carefully drop that into place, just like so. So because of the screws on the mud flap, you want to sort of come in at an angle at the back, sort of like that, and then once the screws are clear, just bring it forward, and for me that's just dropped in absolutely perfectly. Okay, I've just dropped another bit of this bit keeps falling off from off this part here. It's just a push fit. So what I'm actually going to do while I am here, I'm just going to put some glue on that. I'm not going to go overkill. I'm just going to put, I've just put a little dab on each side because I am getting slightly frustrated with it keep falling out. Okay. Right, so back to where we were at. So just drop that in nicely, and then obviously we're going to use the GM screws to secure that into place. So I'm going to start off with one screw in there. And then I'm going to do the opposite corner. And I'm struggling with screwdrivers now. I think this this head may have come nearly to its life. Okay, so that's the 2 in, and loosely, and then obviously I'm going to do the opposite corners now. And I'm sorry, I know my hand is in the way, it's not helpful. Okay, and that is now rock solid. And there we have a wheel arch, look at that. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so now all we're going to do is repeat the process for the other side. So again, mud flap to the rear. We're going to bring it at an angle down. Wiggle it, and there it should just drop straight in like that. And then again, we're going to use the GM screws as we did before. So my preference is to start in one corner and then going to go to the opposite corner, And you'll notice I haven't actually been using much oil recently. This isn't actually too bad. I didn't want to use any oil with the rubber mud flap, just in case it did something to the rubber, because over time it might eat away at the rubber or something. I didn't want it to perish or anything. But no, unless I've got a major issue later on, these screws are actually going in fine. Okay, so once I've got all them four in, I'm just going to go around and tighten those up. Ta-da! And there we have the other side. And that is really looking good now. Absolutely amazing. Really happy with that. They've gone on beautifully. No issues this week. And there we go. Okay, so that was issue 31. That's now on the shelf. I've moved the shelves around, as you can see, to fit the R2-D2 and a few bits and bobs on there. So I've actually had to move the bus down to the lower shelf, just because of the way the shelves went. Because I've got some other stuff. I've got some storage down here. I've got a load of clutter here I need to sort out. It's not too much, it looks worse on camera than it is, but I've got a few bits down there, which like tools and my Arduino set and everything. So that's the only sort of place I had for the Routemaster. Then obviously the Delorean, and then I've got my R2 up there, and then I've got all my binders and folders and things up the top, because I keep the magazines. And I will continue to keep them. I mean, I may get rid of them at some stage, but I like to keep them throughout a build and shortly after a build, because if anything goes wrong and I need to go back and, like for instance R2-D2, if it hadn't worked first time, I may have had to have backtracked, and then I may have had to refer to some of the magazines. So they're up there anyway. So yes, that was issue 31. There wasn't an overly lot to do, but really impressed with the parts. They were heavy, bigger than I expected, and it's another thing on the Routemaster. And yeah, it's getting really heavy now. So yeah, that is it. Sorry this video is late today. And so I only got these, I think it was yesterday or the day before, and I've just obviously been working and that, so I've just come home and filmed this today before the live stream with Penny at 8 o'clock, I think. Well, she hasn't said any, there's a difference in time, so yeah. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. If you wish to buy me a coffee, there is a link in the description below. And I'll see you at 8 o'clock. Take care.